Okay, I'm going to show you how to resize a strawberry in my hand here. The first thing I want to do is create another layer. So I'm going to say duplicate layer. I do this, many Photoshop users do this just so that they can always go back to their background layer. You don't ever want to change something on your background layer because it's your original, so to speak. So the next thing I'm going to do is kind of mask out my hand so that when I enlarge the strawberry, it actually looks pretty natural. So I'm going to zoom into the palm of my hand here and just kind of get it centered on the screen. I'm going to use the Lasso Tool. A lot of people have preferences as to how they want to select objects in photos. This just seems to be the easiest for me based on what I'm trying to do here. So I'm just going to quickly use the Lasso Tool and kind of follow along my fingertips. It doesn't have to be exact, just close enough, because when people view this at the standard size, you won't even tell. So I'm just going to wrap around the back of my hand and make a loop, and there you see the selection with the marching ants around it. So that selection, I'm going to create a new layer with that selection. So I'm going to say copy, and then I'm going to create a new layer, and then I'm going to say paste. And so now I've got this new layer and I've pasted my finger selection in it. So I'm going to go back to my original copy of background layer and use the Lasso Tool and kind of select the strawberry now. So I'm just going to kind of use the Lasso Tool as good as I can. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be rough. Alright, so the strawberry is selected, but to do a better job, I'm going to go in and select Refine Edges. This will allow me to kind of tweak with the edges a little bit. I'm going to smooth out some of the edges, and these adjustments are really hard to see because they're so fine you won't be able to see them. I'm just going to refine the edges just a bit. There's hardly any difference from the original, but I'm going to go ahead and save that. So now I've got my strawberry selected. I've refined the edges, and now I'm going to enlarge it. So I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to say Edit, Transform, Scale. Since it already had my strawberry selected, it puts a rectangular box around the strawberry. So to scale it, and to keep the aspect ratio of the strawberry consistent, I'm going to have to use the Shift key while I click and drag this. So I'm just going to click and drag, and there you see the strawberry scales, and it stays, the aspect ratio of the strawberry stays consistent. So I've made the strawberry, what, 2, 3, maybe 4 times as big. I'm going to go ahead and say save. And now we have this strawberry that I can move around just about anywhere I want. But since I made that layer of my fingers, you'll notice that when I put the strawberry in the palm of my hand, it goes behind my fingers, which is exactly what I wanted to do to make it look a little more realistic. So I'm going to place it in my palm about there. I'm going to go ahead and remove the marching ants. So I'm going to deselect the marching ants. But we still have some work to do because you can notice that right around here, I'll zoom in so you can see, right around here, you can see the original strawberry behind the one I enlarged, and there's this line. So what I'm going to do is use the clone tool and just kind of take selections from the new strawberry and just kind of clone around, which it actually does a pretty good job of taking samples of the original strawberry. And that's basically it. So now I'm going to zoom out and show you. There I am looking at a oversized strawberry. Just so you see the before and after, I'm just going to click the little eye here. There's the before and the after. Before, after. And that's it. Easy to do.